Groove listeners, this is your co-host, Shantini R.V. We Love Rare Grooves is the premier entertainment music podcast show. We feature real artists and their music plays like the never-ending soundtracks in our lives. We have interviewed such artists like musical legends, Dionne Warwick, Stanley Clarke, Billy Davis and Marilyn McCoo, and so many more. Tune in to We Love Rare Grooves, Tuesday evenings, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Subscribe to our
Elegance comes with a price. Hard work and dedication are an understatement to determination. Who you are doesn't always reflect in how you feel, but you show up when the time is right. When you can't get to the vineyard, bring the vineyard home to you. Bill Navis.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of We Love Rare Grooves, coming to you live from the Tiny Room Studio here in Inglewood, California. That's right, the Tiny Room where we get big things done here in the Tiny Room.
Big things.
Big things.
Big
That's
things.
what we
There
do
you go.
every
There you
Tuesday
go.
night. I'm your host, C. Moses.
What night is that again?
Tuesday night here.
There you
in the
go. There we go.
Tiny
Making
Room
sure.
Studios as we
Not
turn it
Monday.
into the Groove Studios
There we
here.
go.
I'm your host, C. Moses. I bring you the music of the magic and the magic of the music only here on We Love Rare Grooves, celebrating 10 years of music, podcasts of great artists, interviews, and music here.
A decade.
A decade here. And as
Is
I
that what he said?
Decade.
Decade.
Man, how time flies.
As I said, every Tuesday, I can't do this show without my great cast and crew, starting off with the world famous videologist, the one and only DJ Reg. You've been around for a while, 2 decades.
Ooh.
More than 2 decades.
Me being around? Oh, man.
In the LA, you're an LA native, right?
I'm an LA native, and I've been doing what I've been doing over 4 decades.
Over 4 decades and still bringing great music.
Still bringing it.
And folks can find you streaming where?
On Twitch.
On Twitch?
Yes, on Twitch.
DJ Reg is on Twitch. And then we can't do the show without our great man. This is the consultant of the show.
Robert.
He took it away. Robert,
Robert.
the architect.
Yes.
It's a black Robert, a French black Robert.
Robert.
Okay.
Robert.
So,
He's a music anthropologist.
a music cultural anthropologist.
Culture.
So I go deep on the playlist.
How deep do you go?
It's so dark down there that ink looks like it's light. Deep down there.
I thought you was going to do the part that's deeper than emotion.
There you
deeper
go.
than the notion
No, I want to go through the dark way.
that the world was flat
There
when
you
it was
go.
round.
There you go. Well, I'm pretty excited about our guest because our guest go deeper than me, okay?
Ooh, that's rare, ain't it?
Bro been doing it for a long time.
Man, royalty,
Okay.
as they would say, royalty.
Absolutely. So I'm pretty excited about this and let him drop some wisdom on me.
Well, tonight we're brought to you by, that's right, Bell Navis Wine and Spirits. As you can show me, Bell Navis Wine and Spirits. That's right, the #1 wine here on We Love Rare Grooves, celebrating, so you can get it here at any store. Well, what we're going to do is show the website, and then he'll have the QR code where someone can get this fabulous bottle of Bell Navis wine. And you will want to pick up one. And then also we have the Oxnard Jazz Festival coming up September 13th and 15th. And you can hit this music right here will be one of the great artists that will be on there September 13th through the 15th. Oxnard Jazz Festival. Go to oxnard.com, get your tickets today. And I think we're going to come up with a promotion during the summer to give away some free tickets for that. And then we have Retirement Choices of California, where you have your choice to get the best in your retirement needs. And we'll come back again with Retirement Choice of California. But with further ado, tonight, joining us in the Groove Studio. We are so happy and pleased to have 5-time Grammy nominated group. They had over 5 top 40 singles, right? That's a lot, man. Some great songs over the years, making the top 20. And the original band, most of the original band is still together now, man. They're out continuously doing their thing across the country right now. They've been known to describe as the melodic prog style, you know, and that's when they released the great music of You're Only a Woman and Holding On to Yesterday. And man, Ambrosia has really captivated the audience worldwide in their timeless music, memorized performances. They are continuously touring to this day. And we are honored to have with us today one of the founding members, drummer, percussionist, the one and only Mr. Burley Drummond. That's right, Burley Drummond. We're gonna just call him Burley today. Burley's in the house.
And he has the last name Drummond.
Right.
Get the Drummond, son.
He was born a drummer.
You know? Talk to me, my good man. Did you come out of the womb playing those sticks, man?
No, I didn't. I had a enlightening experience when I was living in Turkey. My father was a military full colonel, so we were in Ankara, Turkey, and I think I was 7 or 8, separated from my mother, who I was with. Ended up in the back of a tent watching 6 people hammering the copper plates.
Wow.
And that was the moment where everything turned on for me.
That's your aha moment.
Just seeing the synchronicity and seeing, you know, just the joy they had doing it. And that, everything changed for me at that moment. So.
My son played professional basketball over in Turkey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played in Istanbul, as he said.
That's right.
And he went down and played, you know, in the capital city, Ankara.
Have you
We
guys?
always called it Ankara.
Have you guys played in Turkey?
No, I've never been back since I spent 3 years there as a kid, and I learned something very valuable there. I mean, when you're a kid, I didn't speak their language and they didn't speak mine. I played with Turkish kids every day, but it was amazing to me how it's like we read each other's minds. You know,
That
kids
part.
were just
Right.
sympathetic mentally with each other and emotionally, and I think that really helped me musically. As I went on, because I could play with people that I had never played with before, you know, just because you develop that sense of compatibility with people.
Now, what age were you when you came back to the States?
So I was about 10 years old.
Okay, you was about 10. And where did you end up landing when you first came to the States?
Well, we drove all the way through Eastern Europe and Europe, my 2 parents and myself.
Really?
Yeah.
What's your fondest memory of that drive?
Well, there's one really harrowing memory where we were trying to get out of what was Yugoslavia at the time, which was a communist country. And so we were in this car, we pulled up to the checkpoint, and my dad, even though we had been cleared, went into this little white box of a room, and my mom and I sat in that car for like good 8 hours, not knowing what was going to happen. And finally my dad came out. He was like white as a ghost, got in the car, said, don't ask me anything. And we just drove away.
Man, I had that feeling. I was in Italy and got pulled over. I said, man, nothing changed, just like you was in the States. They pulled me over. Though I could not speak in English. But they let me out, though. They let me out.
Let you out?
They let me out.
So then you transitioned, and so when did the transition go into the drums?
Oh, well so about the time I got back, probably around the 6th grade, I destroyed another kid on my block's drum set. You know, he had a little toy drum set, and I just destroyed it. So I had to buy one for him out of my paper route, you know. And then my parents saw all this, and they got me a small drum set. But I think they were pretty freaked out for the first year or so, because I wasn't playing what they thought was, your normal drumming. I was like trying to copy the rain and trying to copy, pans falling out of a thing. I was more into like it would be almost kind of like art drumming today,
Right.
But it took me a long time to learn. Okay, people want me to play something steady, but.
So did you ended up taking the drums? Did you go to school and start being in part of, in our day, you had to do something music when you were in school.
Yeah,
right?
I know. No, I didn't, because I grew up in Catholic schools once I got over here, and so even through high school, Loyola High School downtown LA.
Okay.
We would put a band together to do the musicals and things like that. My friend Billy Hinchy, who was in the Beach Boys, we had a lot of talent, and we would put bands together and do like Bye Bye Birdie or South Pacific or stuff like that. But I didn't really start my musical, quote unquote, musical studies beyond the drums till I got to UCLA and started college. And that, because I had not had formal piano training and things like that, it was like total catch up for me. It was like 20 hours a day trying to learn.
So who were some of your early influences then back then?
Well, so I was very fortunate because my dad, when parents separated, my dad would send a driver to pick me up and take him to see him. And the guy played there was a jazz station in LA, and that's what we listened to there and back. And he would tell me everybody that was playing, and I mean, it was like that was my education, right, from that driver. His name was Jack, and I learned more from him. And my first real hero that I embraced was Elvin Jones.
Okay.
That he changed. When the minute I heard him, I realized, oh my gosh, you can play outside, inside but outside.
Wow.
Okay. Well, let's back up a step.
Sure.
Did you play in the high school band?
There was no high school band.
Okay.
Catholic school.
Except what we did for.
Okay.
Was you an altar boy too?
I was but I got fired.
So did I. I was an altar boy.
Oh,
So they kicked me out being an altar boy. So
there's
we
a
got that
story
in
there.
common. Right, we both got kicked out for being altar boys.
I got fired the very first day.
Did you?
Yeah.
And that even beat Clifton's record,
Right.
because he got rid of about the third day.
Can I tell you my
Probably a
story?
day and a
Can I tell
half
you my
Tell us
knowing
your
him.
story.
I'll tell you my story. So I got called for my first altar boy experience for the 6 o'clock mass, a low mass, just 2 altar boys, and I had played like 2 baseball games the day before, rode my bike home late at night, got up, had to ride my bike in the dark to the church,
Right.
get there early, all that. And so, we're kneeling on the steps of the altar boy and I fall asleep. So they kind of work around me for a while, and finally the priest nudges me, and I wake up. Okay, so fine. That they're going to let that slide. But so they asked me to stay for the high mass, 4 altar boys, because they were one short. And so we're lining up to go on, and I'm like so tired, I can't stay awake. I'm holding the candle, and I nod off and light the altar boy in front of me on fire. Because those little Cossacks they wear, they're starched.
That's a real story.
They're like heavily starched, so he just goes poof. and I wake up to them rolling him on the ground, and the priest just looks at me, Mr. Drummond, we don't need your services anymore.
Wow. Mine is just very simple. We just stole the priest's wine, and
Drinking his wine.
Yeah, we drank the wine. We weren't drinking the grape juice.
And that's when he started. That's when it went wrong.
Right. I digress. Here. So you guys.
I didn't get that far.
Hey, so now we're at UCLA.
Yeah, UCLA.
What's happening at UCLA?
Well,
What was the music scene at UCLA?
it was great. There was jazz bands. There was the thing that I gravitated toward, other than having to learn piano and catch up on all that stuff, was they had an ethnomusicology department. So, ethnomusicology. So I hooked up.
Do tell.
Yeah, it was amazing. So the whole downstairs of the music department was this huge, in fact, it's one of the biggest ones in the world, collection of instruments from all over the world. And they had an African drum ensemble and a master drummer from Ghana. And so I played in that ensemble for like 4 years, and that
Really?
totally shaped,
I bet
my
it did.
playing.
Was it different cultures playing, or you was the only white guy?
No. It was a lot of people from Ghana.
Okay.
It was his name was Kwasi Badu.
Right.
He was an African, Ghanaian master drummer, and he was over, to teach this class, and it was profound on me. I mean, not because Ghanaian drumming or drumming from those areas in Africa, it's like a classical composition in a sense, it takes many parts to create the fullness,
Yes,
the full
yes.
part. You know, there's all these interlocking parts that
Mm-hmm.
have to not only, you know, be played accurately, but be played with a certain feel
Yes,
to
yes.
form, to make the
I
watch.
heard it in your, I heard it in your music. I heard it in your music.
Yes.
That's what I was saying when I met you, saying that how you was holding that pocket. I'm like, yeah, now I
Oh,
see.
thank
Now
you.
you know
Yeah.
why you can
Now
hold the
why-
pocket.
now
Now
why
you know
you
why
hold-
you can hold the pocket.
Hold that pocket.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was just a major influence. And I studied other countries too, Persian music, and eventually I was very lucky to Ala Raka, Ravi Shankar's tabla player, was in town, and he was for the summer, and he was accepting 10 students. So you know, like hundreds of people were lined up to audition, and I had bought my tabla on the way to the audition, so I didn't even know how to set them up.
Oh,
And
wow.
so you had to sit down in front of him, and you know, and set yourself up, and then he would play something. You're supposed to play it back, and I don't know why or how. I was fumbling setting up my stuff,
Right.
and he was just looking at me, kind of smirking, and I looked up to him, and he says, "You're in." I didn't even have to
Wow.
play. I didn't even have to
He's
play.
seen something in you, man.
I don't know what he saw, but I mean, I was terrified. You know, but yeah, and
I can
that-
work with this kid. I can
Yeah.
work with him.
Well,
I can.
50 years later, he didn't make a major mistake, okay?
Oh, thanks. But
Yeah, so-
yeah, so that was a huge. And
Well, let me ask you about the ethnology department. Did they ever have, this is like out in the left field, Native American music?
yeah, they did. I don't remember any ensemble playing, but you know they had the instruments. You know, and there was some great ethnomusicologists there that would, you know, share, you know, and tell the stories and how it came to be. And I got to play at a couple American Indian gatherings, which, you know, I just kind of tried to blend in and not upset anybody. You know.
So now, being at UCLA, how did you come together? Did you meet your guys there from Ambrosia at UCLA?
Yeah. Well, they weren't there. They were
Okay.
at two of them were at El Camino College, and
Okay.
one was at Harvard College. But back in that day, so that was 1970. There was a little store on Hollywood or Sunset Boulevard, and what you could do is you could put on a 3x5 card. You can put your name and your number and what instrument you played for $5. They would put it, you know,
Okay.
that was a lot of money then too. Like,
Right,
wow,
$5 to put
this
your
better
card.
pay off, you know. And so I get a call. They found my name in that store. They were looking to replace their drummer, and they couldn't believe that with my name that I actually played drums.
Exactly.
And so
exactly.
yeah, so they came over. I lived in Mar Vista at the time, and and just hanging out in a room together for like an hour, we just became a band right there. And I mean, it was like
The cohesiveness and,
Yeah.
and you know, back then, bands spent a lot of time together.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
do.
made this
Yeah.
authentic music that we're still listening to 5 decades later.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes.
true.
Because you guys were living, breathing, and didn't even know where the success was going to come from.
or if there was.
Yeah,
or
if there was going to be
Yeah.
success.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, it's funny that you say that because as my career went on, I started playing with a lot of great session musicians and doing sessions. And like, there was one in particular was a guy named Jeff Beccaro, who was
Okay.
a real famous drummer, probably one of the great all-time session drummers. And you know, and I was raving about him, and he stopped me and he goes, you got to understand, man. He goes, guys like me, he goes, what we do is, you know, we copy guys like you who are in bands because bands develop the styles.
Okay.
You know, guys, session players, you know, although they are amazing, they tend to go in and hear a song, and it's a natural thing to do. You go, I think this feels like Little Feat a little bit, or this feels like,
Right,
you know, Marvin Gaye, or this feels, you know.
I think
so
this
you're-
one will work. I think this part will work. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I got you.
A great friend of the show, you familiar with Gatson? James
Oh
Jackson,
yeah.
yes.
Oh
And
my,
he-
he's
he
one of
was
my
here-
idols.
he
Oh
was
my
here-
God.
He was here in studio 2 weeks ago.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
How's he?
Yeah.
How's he doing?
He's doing well, healthy
Okay.
as well. Matter of fact, he's right around the corner. We need to text him now. Come
Oh
on,
my gosh.
Let you guys come over here and have a jam session.
He's
And I know we're going to go into session, but when we come back, I really want to talk to you about the evolution of the drums.
Oh,
And,
sure. Yeah,
like, for
absolutely.
example, when I go back and look at old videos, where they basically had 3 drums.
right.
Okay?
Right.
Now you look at them, like they playing 12 or 13 different
Well,
drums.
they had 3 drums, but they had wood blocks and triangles. And
Yeah,
different
yeah,
timpani.
Right,
it was always
right.
that.
We're gonna definitely get into that
but-
when we
but-
come
but
back.
but having you, someone who played through it all.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, see, it's one thing to watch it from afar, but a whole nother thing played off. So really love to have you have a discussion
Absolutely.
about that.
Absolutely love to.
So we're gonna come into a music segment here. We just want to get back deep into the start from the first album, share some of the songs with you, with our listening audience all over the globe. Thank you for tuning in to another edition of We Love Rare Grooves, coming to you live from the Tiny Room Studios here with our guest, Burley Drummond, original member. You hear that song in the background, man. That's, man, I cleaned a lot of seeds.
Oh,
off that
you
album, I'm telling
did
you.
not.
Yes, I did.
Not
I
on
had
that
that
song.
album. Yes, I did. I cleaned some seeds off that song.
So you
right
were
there.
you in the 8th grade cleaning seeds? Is that what you telling me?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh, I'm embarrassed for you.
Yeah, me too.
We want to thank our sponsors, Bell Navis Wine. Bell Navis Wine and Spirits, Oxnard Jazz Festival, and Retirement Choices of California. So DJ Reg, what you got for me, my good man?
We got a little something like this.
We just gonna go back into that.
Oh, a sleeping drunkard up in Central Park, or the lion hunter in the jungle dark, or the Chinese dentist, or the British Queen. They are fit together in the same machine. Nice, nice, very nice, 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 very nice. So many people in the same device. Oh, a whirling dervish and a dancing bear, or a ginger rajas and a Fred Astaire, or the teenage rocker, or the girls in France. Yes, we are not partners in you here, everything was right. All the years we spent in love just to win one night. A lot of things are closing in on me. She's gone and I'm in misery. There's no place that I can really be. Hide into my own. So I'm running away. I've got to be alone. Well, I'm running away. Makes no sense at all. Think of the summer when I held you here. All the dreams we planned. Afternoons we spent alone. I can't understand. A lot of things are closing in on me. She's gone and I'm in misery. There's no place that I can really be. Hiding to my own. So I'm running away. I've got to be alone. Well, I'm running away. It makes no You got me hanging on the string now. I'm not a plaything. You got me hanging on the string now. Am I your plaything? You never told me you were waiting, contemplating. With my heart, my love. You never told me you were waiting, contemplating. With my heart. Do you mean to say?
That's right, the Oxnard Jazz Festival. Get your tickets at oxnardjazzfestival.com. September 14th and 15th, as you heard, Loose Ends is going to be in town for that show, but also we're going to have the group here. Ambrosia is going to be part of that, along with Sheila E., Stokely, Lynn Roundtree, Mike Phillips, Marcus Anderson, Mindy Abar, Peter White. I mean, after 7 is going to be there. It's going to be a great lineup.
On and on and on
That's
and on.
at the Oco Beach Park. I went there last year. It's a great area, man, to have an outdoor festival. So
Yeah, it
get
is.
your tickets today.
I gotta make it one year. I
Live
gotta
music,
make it.
drink and food, and we're gonna be out there. We Love Rare Groove's gonna be part of it, and we're gonna put together a nice special so we can have folks drive out there, let them win. Remember how you win the grand prize? Let Big Jimmy take them out there for the Oxnard Jazz Festival coming up here on We Love Rare Grooves. Burley, you getting excited for it, man?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, my wife and I bought a little place in Port Hueneme, a little condo, and I think I can walk to this.
Ooh.
Oh man, I'm coming over to your place afterwards.
absolutely.
We coming in.
Party is
We
over
coming
gonna be
in.
with you,
Thank
man.
you. Where the party at?
Hey, you know where the party's at now.
There you go.
So matter of fact, before we forget, you're gonna be playing here in Inglewood
This Saturday.
this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday. So that's what, June 29th?
Okay.
June 29th.
All right, we're gonna pull that up when we come back. So you'll be here in Inglewood. So they're gonna get
Inglewood.
Inglewood.
So man, we went down memory lane, kind of off the first 2 albums there for you. If you show that, I think this first album they have on there, I just wanted to pop that up. But man, now you guys all came together. Talk about
Right,
that, man.
right. So
David.
so we got together in 1970.
Right.
And and we did because the band had so many influences. Like I had the ethnic thing and the jazz thing.
Mm-hmm.
Our keyboard player was blues all the way. And then we had our guitar player. He was from the Beach Boy, Beatle mode. And then our bass player, Joe Puerta, Joe Puerta and the keyboard player, Chris North, we're still together.
Right.
Nice.
But, Joe Puerta, he was like Rolling Stones. Any bad boy group, that was him. So you had all these influences, but we shared everything. So our music was really this melting pot of so much different stuff. It wasn't
Sounds soulful to me.
Yeah, because the music has changed so much and the business has changed so much. Like, you kind of wonder if the Beatles came along today, would they be successful?
No.
No.
Why you guys say that?
Well,
Because
I'm just asking.
Well, because they did so many different styles over their
Right.
career.
Right.
I'm not saying they wouldn't have been successful, but I'm saying it would have been a different world.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Why? Because now everything is boxing you is what genre?
Yeah, I
Right.
mean,
And nobody playing instruments anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But and nobody performing, totally live anymore.
Nope.
So
That's true.
Ambrosia does. I gotta give him a script.
Right. Right. Ambrosia does.
Yeah.
Ambrosia does.
But so anyway, that was how the band got so multifaceted or we had so many influences that it came out in different ways. Our first hit, "Holding On to Yesterday," was originally, it was a country tune. It was us playing country, and we tried to cut it in the studio, and it just wasn't, translating. So I went home that night and I listened to B.B. King's "The Thrill Is Gone," and I came in the next day and said, "Let's try this. Let's just try this feel," and that's how it became a hit.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, how did you guys, like you said, you put your name on the board. And then they found you as a drummer.
Yeah.
And those guys are what, from San Pedro?
Yeah, San Pedro area. Yeah, I was the kind of the guy that was out of town, Mar Vista.
Mar Vista,
Okay.
yeah, right outside of Culver City.
Yeah.
And-
but we made it work. Just but we were like a strange band because we had too many influences in our head. So we'd go to, say we got a gig playing a bar,
Right.
and they wanted dance music, and we would start out playing dance music, but within a few minutes it would be Tony Williams' Lifetime, because that was. And so, we inevitably shot ourselves in the foot many times until we realized that, okay, people want to dance to it. You got to give them something they can hang on
They can
to.
really, you're right.
Okay.
So anyway, so we learned our lessons, and kind of a funny story is when we were doing our first two records, we were at this studio called Mama Joe's Studio in Lancashire and Roscoe in the Valley, and there wasn't a big budget, so all that money was going to the studio, and we had to make a living by playing. We went and played a bar down the street, and it was a female gay bar. And so for the 2 years of recording those prog albums, which
Right.
we would play prog during the day,
Right.
and then at night we had to go play R&B. That's all they wanted. They just wanted to dance to R&B. And so that's where we started.
So what were you covering then? What?
Stevie Wonder,
James Brown?
Yeah, James Brown. Any R&B hits.
Isley Brothers.
Isley Brothers, yeah.
Motown.
Motown. Any
Okay.
R&B and that started creeping into our musicality more.
Yes.
And that's how songs all of a sudden, like How Much I Feel, Biggest Part of Me.
Right.
Like we weren't writing that in 1970 to 75. But after doing those 2 years in the female gay bar, we started writing R&B songs. Because we never got rid of the prog, but we added So thank you all you female gay people.
Now telling the story, how did Herb Alpert?
So somebody got us an audition with Herb Alpert, and we cut demos on three songs, and one of them was Holding On to Yesterday.
Okay.
But he passed on us. But the engineer, our good friend, an engineer, was working in another studio, which was Mama Joe's, and he was playing it, to tune his, get his mix right and learn the board. So he would be playing our demos that we did, and the manager of the studio walked in, heard it, and called his friend Russ Regan at 20th Century Fox. And Russ Regan was the guy that discovered Barry White and Elton John and Olivia Newton-John. So he got us our first deal on 20th Century Fox Records.
And that's the story right
That's
there.
the story.
That's how it goes.
Now tell me this, where can you still remember that moment when you heard your music on the radio?
Oh, I was just driving down the street by myself, and I heard Holding On to Yesterday, and I nearly hit 5 cars trying to pull over, and soak it in, but it was just an amazing rush. And it was funny. So then we go on our first tour, and I think we didn't realize how good it was doing. And we were playing Denver, and we were doing a radio interview, and we're talking, and we noticed the guy had his top 30 list.
Right.
And I just happened to notice number 2 was the Eagles, One of These Nights, and I go, oh yeah, of course it is. I didn't think of it, and then I looked back, and number 1 was Holding On to Yesterday, and everybody just screamed, in the interview, because we didn't know, and then we were having a top, a number 1 record.
Now, who were you on tour with in the early days?
Oh man, everybody. I mean, our first major tour was with the Beach Boys.
Okay, the Beach Boys.
Yeah, and there was a dear member, Billy Hinchy, I went through high school with. He was in a band. I don't know if you remember this, Dino, Desi, and Billy.
Oh wow.
They go way back.
Oh man, that's a dope.
And they were
Deep groove, yeah.
Dean Martin's son,
Yeah.
Desi Arnaz's son, Dino, Desi, and Billy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Billy was my friend. So it was like an old friendship come back. But you name it. Hart, the Doobie Brothers. And you were talking about the evolution of the drum set, but I had, on our first album, because I was classically trained too, I had the timpani and the gongs and so forth. And we did some gigs with Neil Peart. Rush.
Okay.
Rush.
With Rush, okay.
And so one day I came off the stage, we were opening for them, and he stops me, and he had this massive drum set, we had the gong and the timpani, but we weren't taking all the drums. And he stopped me and he goes, "What do you think of my drum set, man?" And I go, "Yeah, I like it a lot." He goes, "Well, I got that from you." So it was kind of like, oh, geez. It was quite a compliment, but
but go a little deeper than that, because I remember a little older than me, even that Buddy Rich.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Right,
so
right.
then I look at, I saw the drummer for somebody, I can't remember who was doing big, and they must have had 12, 13 drums.
Oh sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's what fits the music, I mean, if you have 12, 13 drums, you may only hit 3 of them, but if their music is calling for that, and a lot of prog music's definitely, and metal music, they love that,
Okay.
So I think it's all good,
You ever see Buddy Miles?
Yeah.
Buddy Miles, man.
I love Buddy Miles.
Oh
Right.
man, you know.
I had to take over for Buddy Miles in a band.
Oh, no.
It was a horn band that he was in, and he left to go do something else, and I had to do like about 10 gigs with them, so they could finish their run, and that was a big chair to fill.
Oh, yes, it was.
Yeah,
I bet it was.
just because. Not only the groove he had,
Right.
which was intense, but the power he played with was
Right.
so that was.
Billy Cobham.
Oh yeah.
And
That was the
I
biggest.
went to see, now this is OG stuff right here. I went to see Buddy Miles, Grand Funk Railroad.
Yep, that sounds like, yep. And was the third one?
Huh? And the, now this old man to me.
No, because Grand Funk Railroad.
They were good too. They were
One
great.
more.
One
One
more.
more in Columbus, Ohio.
Okay.
In Columbus, Ohio, and it was just,
At the Gura Club.
no, actually it was at St. John's Arena.
Oh, okay.
So they
Okay.
were doing things that Clifton was doing. Of course, I wasn't, but
Right.
Yeah.
there you
See,
go.
you guys talking about Buddy Miles. My Buddy Miles story is that I got a chance to bag his groceries when I used to work at the grocery store.
Oh man,
I bagged
you're
his
there.
groceries. The only reason why I knew it was him because I had back then they was paying with checks.
Right.
Yeah, right.
So I had to get he had to get it approved.
Right.
So I took it. Oh, that's Buddy Miles. I had to go and get a signature from the manager.
He bought a lot of food. He had the munchies, I bet.
I don't know how much food. That was a long. I was in my
I'm just saying he
teens.
probably had the munchies.
No, I don't know if he had the munchies, man. Only thing I knew was that when it said the address, he was living in Malibu.
And then
That
he
was it.
started really making money up California raisins.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah.
that's true.
But he was
Yeah.
very mild mannered. His voice was real light. He was a nice guy.
So now, how many instruments now do you play over the years? We know you as a drummer, but would you
Oh
say
yeah, oh sure.
percussionist?
Well, I write on a guitar and I write on piano, and I play a lot of mallets, marimba vibes, things, and all the percussion. I do a lot of percussion. I do a lot of recording still, and do
Still to this day.
Oh yeah, sure.
You ain't top. You ain't
Yeah,
stop.
yeah, and but all that to say is I'm not I would never try to play live or a guitar.
So you guys played all over the world. Where haven't you guys probably end up playing during the tour?
I haven't gone to China yet.
Haven't
What?
went to China
No, I
yet?
haven't gone to China. I want to go to China.
You did Russia?
Huh?
Have you done
No, I
Russia?
haven't done Russia.
Okay. Australia?
Australia, yeah.
Of course they did Australia.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Not New Zealand though. I want to
And
go.
What?
Give us a story, what we call tales. Nothing, man. We ain't want to get no TMZ, but just tales from the tour bus. Give us a tale from the tour bus.
Well, we could have gotten arrested more than once. We used to do stupid stuff. Our keyboard technician used to make these gunpowder bombs, and so we'd be somewhere in Ohio, on a freeway trying to launch a trash can from one side of the freeway to the other.
Oh,
Stupid stuff like that. I'm just stuff because your whole life you're either on a bus, you're in a venue,
And I know
or
y'all
a
had
hotel.
I know with the music you had to have some groupies waiting for you
yeah,
guys to come.
There's one or two.
Right.
one or two at least.
Right.
But yeah.
I love you say, just one or
It's
two,
one or
maybe.
two.
Or maybe 3 or 4.
Come on, man. I know, but like you said, it was a great time, great music, 5 decades, and we still touring strong. So, hey, you know what we like to do, man? We like to get into the music, man. So, what we gonna do, DJ Reg? What we gonna do? We're gonna get into some more music from Ambrosia. That's right. They'll be at the Oxnard Jazz Festival coming up here September 13th, 14th, and 15th.
Can I tell you one thing about the first song you played?
Yes,
last night?
tell us about
That was the
Nice,
first song.
Nice,
yeah,
Very Nice.
that was the first song on the first album, and that was mixed by Alan Parsons. But we had finished the album, and we had borrowed some lyrics from Cat's Cradle, a book written by Kurt Vonnegut Jr. And so we're finishing the mix. We're finishing the mix, and we're so excited. And somebody just happened to go, "Hey, did anybody ask Kurt Vonnegut if you could use his lyrics?"
Oh.
And it was
Right.
like, "Oh my God." And so there was these panic calls, and he said yes and all that, and but so we were probably the only band that wrote a song with Kurt Vonnegut Jr.
Wow. A little known history fact on
And he
him.
got credit,
We love
right?
Reg.
Oh
credit.
yeah, he got credit.
He got credit.
Yeah.
As we do, DJ Reg, you want to take us away? Brought to you by Bell Navis Wine and Spirits. You don't have any? Nobody's getting Bell Navis tonight. You like wine?
Sure.
Drink?
I love wine.
You want a glass of
It's a
wine?
nice
Would you like a
Cabernet
glass-
Franc.
I'll
nice
have
Cabernet?
it just for Robert's sake.
Okay,
Absolutely.
come on.
There you
Can
go.
someone open us a little bit of
There
Bell
you go.
Navis?
All right.
Well, we're going
As
to
we
the
do
next
that.
segment. When we come back, we'll be Bell Navis
Bell
down.
They'll be Bell and
Navis.
Davis.
Yeah. There you go, there you
DJ
go.
Reg, take us
There you
away,
go,
man.
Reg.
I'm about in a hurry now, I'm living on my own. Baby, when you left me, I was so alone and full of fear. Thought that I would be alright, but it's hard to last these lonely nights. Thought that I could carry, but we both stopped sharing. The pain is hard to bear when I'm living on my own. She came into my life. She kept all my truth too hard to hear. Well, I think you know I'm not the one who lied. And now it's all behind us, and we both play out our lives. But the years don't change the way I feel inside. So we play the game out, and though it feels the same now, are you missing me? Well now, baby, just be aware of how much I still care. Oh, I need your love. I give to you my heart and soul. Now I just need to let you know you're part of me that I just can't let
Red Bruce. Guest tonight, we're welcoming Burley Drummond. That's right, original member from Ambrosia. And you were just hearing something from Ambrosia back. That was 97. Can't Let You Go, right?
I Just Can't Let Go. Yeah, that was. No, it was originally done 82.
82?
Yeah,
Okay.
around 82. Yeah, with James Ingram and Mike McDonald.
Right, that's a great song. We tried to pull out from the B-side, man.
We have played a lot with Michael McDonald.
Well, that's the man right there.
And I mean, Ambrosia is one of those bands is that we are ourselves. We're Ambrosia, but we can be Mike McDonald's band. We can be
Okay.
Kenny Loggins' band. We can be Christopher Cross's band.
Wow, okay.
Just because we
Self-contained,
love it, and
Okay.
Right.
the musicianship is good enough in the band that we can pull it off.
And the sound is kind of consistent.
Yeah,
Exactly.
With
yeah,
who
you're
you
right.
guys, because it's like from a non-musical person, there's a groove.
Yeah.
There's a groove that all of them have. It's a different kind of groove.
Well, you know what they call that now?
What's that?
They call that yacht rock.
Yes.
There's a whole new movement called yacht rock.
Yeah.
What's yacht?
Yacht.
rock?
Yeah, it's a
Stands
yacht.
for what?
Like a yacht.
Like a
rock.
yacht.
Oh,
Like you're on a
big.
boat.
Really?
Like a yacht
Yeah.
rock.
School
So
me.
I heard the
School
word
me.
and I never
Yacht.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put
yeah.
it.
It's like
because
a
I-
you know, smooth.
yeah.
It's like smooth rock and roll. It's smooth.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
West,
Rock and
the
roll.
West Coast sound.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And
That's the
so the ultimate yacht rock song, "Sailing" by
Yes.
Christopher
Oh,
Cross.
yeah.
That's
Take
the first
me
one.
away.
That's number one.
Yeah.
That
So
is
the
true.
biggest part of me is number 2. So
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
They'll never stop playing. They'll never stop playing.
it's been a rejuvenation though, because now I mean for maybe 5-6 years ago we were playing to crowds our age and maybe their kids.
Right.
Now we're playing to their kids, you know, because it's like 20 and 30-year-olds showing up with their little sailor hat on, you know, doing yacht because yacht rock has become a thing.
Yes.
So you just got an idea, Cameosis. We need to go ahead and have a yacht rock party with Ambrosia,
There you go.
right?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, we got it. So man, we were talking about some of the songs. We ready for Camarillo? Is that Camarillo?
Yeah, that used to be the when you said Camarillo back in the day in the 70s,
Right.
you're talking about the mental institution,
Ooh.
Oh, the mental institution.
which
was
I think became the university out there in Camarillo.
Wow,
But
that's right.
you know, one of the band members went through some stuff. One of the band members' wives went through some stuff, so they went to Camarillo.
And y'all made a song. Well, here it go.
Yeah, and that's the song I'm about. You know, so the song is about, you know, you're like a ship at sea that's losing its main mast. You know, and that's kind of when you're losing it. Basically.
Okay. And then we played "Living on My Own." I love that, man.
Oh, thank you. That's a song I wrote.
That's why.
There you go.
Yeah.
Come on now. I know what time
Got
it
your
is.
receipts.
Right.
So I gotta tell you, so I studied with this famous drum teacher, Freddie Gruber. He's notorious. He was a notorious lover. You'd be there taking your drum lesson, and a woman would show up begging him to go to bed with her. But that was your lesson. So you really wanted to learn what this guy knew.
Exactly.
But anyway, so he taught me this kind of groove, and that's the groove on that song. and it's the same groove on Biggest Part of Me, and
Yes.
Once I learned that groove, I couldn't stop playing it.
That's the
Like,
groove. That's the
every-
pocket. That's that pocket.
Every rehearsal, I played that groove until people were screaming at me, play anything else, you know. But we wrote like 5 or 6 songs to that same groove, you know.
And then how about Drink of Water?
Well, Drink of Water is from our very first
First
album, and I got to say, Ambrosia had some prolific writers. So in this case, Joe Puerta, the bass player, wrote that song, and it's just a huge song. And we used to record, and then we would help Andre Crouch and the Disciples record.
Oh,
Wow.
Because they were in the same studio with us, so I would do percussion on some of their records, and their singers. Their singers singing on the end of that.
On
is
Drink
from
of
that.
Water.
Yeah.
wow.
We
There
love
you go.
rare grooves. That's all I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
How
learned
about-
something.
Sandra Crouch just passed.
Yeah.
How about
They,
ending?
they traded, you know.
Right.
You-
How
We
about
can
the
use your
song
background
Ending
singers.
from the second album?
Oh no, Endings is actually from our last album.
Is that from that? Okay.
And it's really a song about, you know,
we haven't played that one yet.
but it's a song about, you know, we were going to stop being a band at that point, and that was about.
That's it.
So you were going to stop, or what happened?
Oh, wow.
Well, we did. We did around '83. We took about a six-year
Okay.
break because our business was so bad. Just that our manager owned everything. And we couldn't make any money. We were doing other people's records to make a living.
So there's that story with learning the business, other
Oh
business.
gosh, yeah. I
All that fun they were doing making those.
So, with that being said, what would you tell someone that's in the industry now? What's some great advice?
Oh, you have to know the business. You have to know the business inside out if you want to have a career. If you're not, yeah, I mean, you may have success musically, but if you don't have your business in order, you're going to end up screwed. You know, it's just there's too many people out there that have manipulated the music business. You know, and not for the artist's sake. You know,
absolutely.
Never for the artist.
Right, because
Yeah.
the artist does it for the music and the love.
which is
and everybody else is doing it for their reasons.
right. So you got to realize that your manager, you just really have to know who you're getting in bed with. you
So
know.
talk to me about song development, you know, in terms of, at least for your groups and people you've written for, about the impact of lyrics versus the sound. You know, how does...
Yeah, well, I mean, Ambrosia tried to always, the lyric was the most important part.
Okay.
You know, the song was the most important part. So we used to try to fill in the sound accordingly to support the lyric. I mean, we never were, you know, notes, you know, I can play so fast, watch me play so fast. It was never about your technical, you know, expertise. It was about how good you could make the song, no matter what it was. You know, when we did How Much I Feel, that was a radical departure from anything we had done on record before. And but we just tried to make it sound like the best record in that style we could. And, you know, we got in a lot of trouble with radio stations because we were the FM babies. That's when FM was FM and AM was AM. And we'd go to the FM stations, even though we had, you know, songs like Life Beyond LA and, you know, crazy tunes. You know, they were like, you sold out, you know.
Oh.
Ambrosia
Sold
sold out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is that a funny?
Is something wrong about making money?
Well, and we weren't even approaching it that way. We were kind of like, okay, so the Beatles, you know, they did Strawberry Fields,
Right.
you know, and then they did Blackbird or
Yes.
something, you know,
Let
or a
It Be,
simple
and
love
all
song.
that. Right.
Get
You know,
back.
Yeah,
Speak-
it's like, how come they can do it, you know?
Speaking of that, we played something earlier, Magical Mystery Tour.
Yeah.
That was tell us about that. What was that from a movie, right?
It was, and we got approached by that same guy, Russ Regan from 20th Century Fox, and he had this idea of putting all Beatle music to a World War II documentary, no dialogue, just music. Which so the music, the film was a failure. You know,
Right.
It didn't do anything. But the soundtrack, you had Rod Stewart doing Get Back, you had Elton John, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. You had like 5 or 6 major hits come off the soundtrack.
Wow.
And Ambrosia had one with Magical Mystery Tour.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking about earlier the business, and we like to do this for our guests sometimes. So the business this time is, I think, DJ Reg, you were working on some folks that sample.
Right.
And we're going to see if you've heard these samples before or, see where your receipts are. So this is kind of fun here. We do the samples of Ambrosia, some of the artists' music that we found. Some of them will be a little hip hop, others will be a little house. But this is what DJ Reg does. So here we go. Take me away, DJ Reg, here on We Love Rare Grooves with our guest Burley Drummond of Ambrosia here in the Tiny Room Studios, coming to you live. Please subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook page as we do here on We Love Rare Groove, and we're on Instagram, We Groove Entertainment.
YouTube.
I'm missing Shantini tonight doing all that.
Absolutely. I was thinking about that.
Right,
too.
I'm carrying a lot with her now.
Yeah.
Man.
We could keep talking about this shit or whatever. Go back and forth for all that. Lit for your love, baby. Lit for your love. Lit for your love, baby. Lit for your love. Lit for your love, baby. Lit for your love. Lit for your love, baby. That's that don't play. Woo! That's that new yay. People saying I'm the closest thing to Mike 16. reappear when she least expects. Late nights we lay awake, drowning in the lake that pours out of her face. Years later she's still not safe. Memories leap out anytime, any place. The way he smelled, the way he smiled, the evil she even recognized as a child. Hand on her throat, the sting of a fist. Instead of her first kiss, she got this shameful feeling, painful secret, lonely knowing that nobody would believe it. Every wound that escapes a time capsule hurts like the day it was born and it's brand new. I wasn't there, near, baby girl, but I'm here. I don't know what to say, I just hear. If there's one wish I could make true, I would shoulder that pain and take it off of you. Don't run, baby girl, don't run.
The forecast is calling for snow every day. For the rest of the time.
Gangsta Brazil.
B.I.G. Put your heels in your lace fronts on. Let these motherfuckers know. B.I.G. If you make your own money, yes, bitch, let me see you get more. B.I.G. is for the spots with the burglar ball. Still keep the choppers by the door. B.I.G. Put your bottles and your bust downs up. If you fuck with Big Snow. Let's go. No introduction needed. Fuck it, I'm still conceited. I'm on that Billie Jean. I take the fork and beat it. I cannot be defeated. I cannot be deleted. I seen that snow come. I know you niggas.
Only way out is in a bag, I figure. You ain't leaving me, you little punk ass. Once you down for me, you down for life. We stay hustling, fool. Keep the family tight. We run business, no eyewitness. Would ever dare to ever contradict this. That's why I own and love to control it. Love for my hood and them that I roll with.
I love LA, but it's a jungle. We come from the darkest corners where all the street kids fumble. And they hustle on and hold dice in a bundle. Stumble on their bread, some can't stay humble. Many catch cases and under pressure they crumble. Will catch them, they bound to catch a couple. Strings of hot lead shown up will make you tumble. No names attached, they could put you out with one blow.
I can see a new horizon. It will keep me realizing you're the biggest part of me. No more fears if you're beside me. Need you close enough to guide me. I've been hoping you would find me. You're the biggest part of me. Well, make a wish. Make a wish. When in love will make it come true. Make a list. Make a list of the things he'll do for you. Said ain't no risk now. Let his love rain down on you, please. Even wash away the past, so that we may start a new yeah. Rather than look on my shoulders, getting stronger, rather older. All I wanna do is serve him. He's the light that breathes in me. Got a feeling that forever.
That's rare right there. That's what a better compliment right there than take six. What you got is Burley. You didn't know.
I mean, no. You summed it up. It is all these artists. You know that they're influenced by Ambrosia's music. I mean, it is an honor, and in a way they're paying tribute. Mm-hmm. They're paying tribute to Ambrosia. I mean, business-wise, I don't know if they contacted anybody in our camp to say we're going to do this, but I mean,
part.
Yeah, yeah.
Listen, you know they didn't.
Come on now, you need to go have your
be
friends.
nice,
Be
nice.
It's not like you're a tangential part of the organization, okay? And oh, by the way, they talked to somebody they didn't talk to you and stuff. Now that's a high road that a good guy like you're doing, but also you got to recognize they're paying tribute, but they're not paying dollars. And if they ain't paying dollars, it ain't
making no sense.
Right. So something should be done, and we'll look into that. But still, it is an honor that they would.
You didn't hear it on our show.
Yeah.
I'm putting that out there.
No.
You didn't get it on our show.
Don't put us involved.
Yeah,
we don't want to be involved.
Just tell them, say, we got private and get investigators over
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
We love
From
Red
Wheeler.
Room.
Over there,
Particularly
over there,
Clifton or Mosley.
yeah, over there in the little tiny room over there doing big things.
Hey, right, no, C-Mo.
Zemo, that's right. Or Big Red. Big
And if
Red.
you- call Robert Brown, I know his address.
Oh, man. So I'm glad you enjoyed that, man. Tell us,
I did.
what do you prefer, stage or doing a session or writing? What you prefer?
I like both.
Okay.
I mean, I guess, you know, when you're in the studio, you're working to perfect something,
Right.
You know, but studio playing isn't as much. You know, when we used to play as a band in the studio, I mean, all those early albums, we played live. You know, and it's like if the organ player messed up the solo, well, your drumming may have been great, but you got to redo it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you got to do it until all four people gave their best performance at the same time, which is it's rolling the dice. You know,
Right.
everybody has to, and you were coming out of there dripping with sweat. You know.
Right. You working it.
Yeah.
You working it.
So you're doing 4, 5, 6, 7 takes, huh?
Yeah. Oh, sometimes 20, sometimes 30. You know, just and to work it out. And some things, a lot
It gets
of
kind of
it.
expensive, all that studio time, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we paid that back for years.
Well, they can come to the tiny room if they need some studio time.
Yeah.
Right
Okay.
here.
But you know, but nowadays recording is maybe one or two guys recording at the same time. You know, usually it's one guy at a time, so you can really perfect his part or her part. You know, and but it's still fun to record. I love recording. But live is great because if you missed something, whatever, it's gone.
That's
keep
it.
Going,
Right.
Keep going. You know.
So what do you lose when you go from the synergism of all the band members together versus the one on, you know, one part that counts?
One part at a time.
Yeah.
Well, you lose your reaction to something that somebody did, you know, and that's probably the difference between jazz and pop. I mean, when, like, say Ambrosia had that thing where, like, if the guitar player played a different solo on a take, you would play differently to accompany him, you know, because that's your, you know, it's like a conversation,
Right.
you know, and
A reaction, right.
so
Response.
yeah. So if you're doing tracking where you're the only guy playing, you react the first time, and what's hard is to keep your ability to be spontaneous
That part, right,
after
right.
you're doing it, like for the 5th time or 6th time, and because it's the beauty of the moment is that when you play something for the first time, it's just like, yes, that's the ultimate. And then to try to recreate it, like the producer goes, can you play that fill that you played? You know, yeah, I can.
But
yeah.
But that part right
but,
there.
But that's the art, and that's the what you call, you know, where you refine your ability to be able to do that, you know.
So before we do this and we forget, man, we want to know, what's your top 5 drummers?
Oh.
Who are your top 5?
Well, that's an impossible question.
I know it is.
Okay, but I mean, I'll
You do your best.
Do your best. No particular order.
okay. Well, Elvin Jones,
Okay.
without a doubt. As soon as I walk out of here, I'll think of 40 I should have said. Tony Williams.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, on the Mitch Mitchell,
Mm-hmm.
Jimi Hendrix's drummer.
Okay.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
Yeah. On that side of the fence, so Cream, what was Cream? Ginger Baker.
Okay.
You
You
know?
did mention Buddy, didn't you?
Oh, Buddy Miles.
I mean,
Oh, well, Buddy Miles was a force
I
of nature.
mentioned Buddy Miles.
He's a force of nature. There was a guy on the King Crimson's first album, Michael Guilford or something, like, and I thought he was genius, but you know, he was a bright light, and then he went away.
Oh.
You know, but You know, I'm
There's
one.
so many. There's so many.
I'm
We
the
could say Burley Drummond. We could say so many.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
we just wanted to do top 5. It's from a movie.
Yeah.
Always give us your top 5.
I mean, but I walk down the street and I'll hear a teenager playing in the garage, and I'll just go,
Well, just call us and then tell us
There
your
you go.
top 5. Like I remember.
We want to add one
So,
more.
right, we'll add one more for you.
Okay,
But
thank
right now, DJ Reg had a quick video for you. And
Oh,
then
I
we,
do? Oh, yeah,
you got
okay.
that video?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I do.
and then we're going to let you hit little sticks.
Oh,
Let's
that's
hear a little bit of sticks on there from you. You
Okay.
got the sticks and might as well put. Now, you have your own signature.
no.
You don't have your own
you know,
signature sticks?
no, I'm a bit shy about the pushing
Nobody.
my visibility or whatever
Okay.
that is.
Why is that?
I just feel uncomfortable, you know.
Okay.
I guess, and
enough.
I mean, I get a lot of accolades and I appreciate it,
Those flowers.
but I know where I am in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
You know.
And I love that part about you, definitely, because, you know, when somebody recognized me saying how with the DJing and everything else, and I said, man, thank you so very much. And my wife tells me, yeah, man, get it. 'Cause I try to stay just real humble. You know,
Yeah.
I just stay humble because I've influenced a few people. One of them was a Grammy winner.
Mm-hmm.
And one, you know, of course, we know one is he's a big-time producer. Another one is a writer. And, you know, these folks still, I'm glad they even still call me. But
Yeah.
I remember when they were kids watching me just DJ.
Right, bringing your carts.
Yeah.
You know, bringing the crates.
Yeah.
You know, pulling them like Martin Lawrence in House Party.
So, I mean, I take it and strive, you know, but I'm like you. I'm just pretty much just cool. Thank you.
So let's show them some flowers now with the video.
Oh, okay. Let's show them some flowers.
Thank
There you go.
Thank
There
you.
you go. As we hear on We Love Rare Grooves, coming to you from the Tiny Room Studios here in Inglewood, California. With our main man, Burley Drummond. He's going to be in Inglewood on Saturday hanging out
Thank
with the Inglewood Festival.
So he gonna make that trip from Thousands Oak back to the wood,
To the wood.
where he should.
All the way from Mar Vista to the wood. There you go.
Uh-oh, you can right show this video.
We're having a little bit of appreciate this song. I don't know how this whole business started, of you thinking that I had been untrue. But if you think that we'd be better parted, it's gonna hurt me, but I break away from you. Well, just give me the sign, I will be gone. Yeah. That's how much I feel for you, baby. How much I need, but I need your touch. How much I live for your loving. That's how much. That's how much. That's how much. That's how much. I don't know how this whole business started,
to thinking that I had been untrue. But if you think we'd be better parted, gonna hurt me, but I break away from you. Just give me the sign, I will be gone, yeah. Honey, yes I will, 'cause that's how much I feel for you, baby. How much I need. I know I need you too. How much I need. I live for your love. That's how much, baby. That's how much. That's how much, baby. That's how
There's a new sun rising. I can see a new horizon that will keep me realizing you're the biggest part of me. Need your love and you beside me. Need you close enough to guide me. I've been hoping you would find me. You're the biggest part of me. Well, make a wish, baby. Well, and I will make it come true. Make a list, oh, baby, of the things I'll do for you. Ain't no risk now in letting my love rain down on you, so we can wash away the past, so that we may start anew. Oh, baby. Say now you talk about the things I do, but baby I'll try to explain the reasons why. 'Cause I've been thinking about the things that you said late last night, when every word I said just didn't come out right, and you were so afraid that I found someone new. But darling, well, there's no need for what we're going through, because you and I've been in love too long to worry about tomorrow. Here's a place where we both belong. I know you're the only woman that I'm dreaming of.
my goodness. Ready?
The song is called Hallelujah.
Video.
And it's a song about meeting the one that's worth changing your life for.
There's a place I go every time I'm with you. And in that place I know I only want to kiss you. This is happening and I won't turn away. I need to find the words that make you want to stay. Or you could take me there. I think you know the way. I waited all my life. Now I gotta say, hallelujah. I think I'm ready for the change. Hallelujah. Never gonna be the same, no, no. Now I've heard a call.
Right, Greg Sparrow, did you like that? We had Burley drumming, giving us some live solo music, man.
Doing his
Thing.
thing.
Thank you so
Oh my
much, man.
goodness.
We
Oh my
appreciate
goodness. You
you,
talking
man.
about funk. You talking
We
about funky.
appreciate you.
Woo.
The Skunks is having a family reunion
Oh,
with
yeah,
this
yeah, they
one.
were. Boy, my God. Yes, they
Funky,
were.
okay?
No
then-
gas mask required on that one. Man,
And
it was
then
funky.
just now, that was what, 10 Drum, the family?
That's the family.
Yeah,
band,
thank you. Yeah,
Right.
wait.
That's this thing right here.
Legacy. You got funky
It's a
and
family
legacy
The
all
10
together.
drums. Okay, that's what
Yeah.
you got. So that's what you got going on now, the 10 drums. Ambrosia is still touring.
Roger's still touring.
Right, we're gonna see you Saturday just for a little bit in
thank you,
Inglewood,
thank
and then we're gonna see you in Oxnard. The after party's at your place.
That's
you know
right,
that,
right.
We're coming to your place.
Right. No, I'm serious.
About 50 miles away, but we're going to still be there.
Exactly.
And Ambrosia is just what? Ambrosia.com if they want to keep up.
AmbrosiaLive.net.
AmbrosiaLive.net.
.net.
Okay. As we do, man, you know we're celebrating 10 years of We Love Rare Grooves.
Well, we're celebrating 52
You
years.
did, thank you.
52
So you're
years.
saying we ain't celebrating that much then,
No, you
right?
are.
We ain't really celebrating at all.
But listen,
What a treat.
we doing a decade, they doing a half century. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They doing a half century on
Hey
the
man, it was an honor and a pleasure.
Yeah.
My
we
honor.
enjoy
You
it.
guys are
Coming to the
wonderful.
Tiny Room Studios here on We Love Rare Grooves, but from the team here, DJ Rez, the consultant, Camiosis, Shantini, man, we want to give you something in their
DJ
absence.
DeVoe, who ain't never here no more.
Thank you so much.
Hey, in our transportation,
If you'd have brought the rest of them, they could have got one, but since you came, that's for you, man. All the work, we want to give you flowers while you're here, man.
yes.
Thank you so much. Really nice. And thank you for the wine, too.
Okay,
Oh,
you like
okay.
that? Say Bell Navis.
Bell
wine, man.
Navis.
Fantastic. Bell Navis.
Bell Navis
Yeah,
wine,
it's
there
good.
you go. I'm glad you enjoyed. Make sure we'll get you
Yes.
some.
This is a special thing.
You're welcome, man. In closing, man, it's been, like we said, it's great, man, to just keep live music going on, man. You guys, 5 decades and still going strong. Man, anytime you're welcome to come to
Well,
the
thank
Tiny.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a little concert.
Let's come do a
Please,
little you gonna bring
please.
the fellas? Come on, man.
Come
We can
on
do
down.
something to fall off and celebrate.
And as you develop new products, and particularly in case of your family thing, you let us know.
I will.
You know how people use a bunch of phrases, but you are part of our family. We've had a nice family for 10 years.
That's true.
You part of us, okay?
Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you again. We're honored to have you. We're honored here at We Love Red Grooves, brought to you by Bell Navis Wine and Spirits, the Oxnard Jazz Festival, September 13th, 14th, and 15th. That's right, Ambrosia will be there. Retirement Choices of California, all helping us celebrate 10 years of We Love Red Grooves here in the Tiny Room Studios in Inglewood, California. We want to thank the team here. Hey, Corey, Kevin, Cab, Jacob, thank you so much.
Thank you,
man,
fellas.
for helping. And we will be back in a few weeks with another live studio guest. That's right here in the Tiny Room Studios.
Doing
here
big things.
in the Tiny Room as we do it here on
We
Love Rare Grooves.
Yabba dabba doo.
Thank you.
away, take